featuring rising star.
Wow, today's real fun. It's another brand new guest on ReW WhO, and it's Tod Emko.
Yes.
And so Tod just brought us a piggy's tail. And tell me what this is, a piggy's tail, because it doesn't look like a pig to me.
It looks like a raccoon.
Yeah. Well, that's actually a three-legged dog. That's a Piggy is actually.
I love three-legged dogs.
It's actually my dog.
Oh,
Yeah.
they are always, they're
wow.
just like the most inspiring animals, three-legged dogs.
Oh yes, yes.
Just how they don't even pay attention to their three legs and think they're four-legged. It's
I know.
Like, I love them. They are just so freaking cool.
Yeah, he's faster than most four-legged dogs, honestly.
I bet. I believe it. I believe it. What's his name?
His name
Piggy?
is Piggy. Yeah.
Ah.
Oh,
When we
there
first
you go.
found, yeah.
I got that one.
The dogs.
When
Wow.
we first found him, he was so sick that he had no hair, so he looked more like a piglet than an actual
Oh.
You know, it's funny because pigs actually have this intelligence, according
They're very
to a
smart.
dog. They're
Yeah.
both very intelligent animals.
puppy. Yeah.
So I just have to thank Alan Merrill for sending you our way. So now that you're saying dog, do you know him from Dogland?
Yeah. Well, actually, Ellen had a three-legged dog for many years.
Yes.
Yeah, and so his dog, when we first met, was four-legged, but was diagnosed with cancer, and they were
Right. I know that
presented-
dog.
Yeah, Bella.
Bella.
Yeah, a beautiful golden retriever.
Yeah.
And when they were presented with the news that she had cancer, they had to make the decision of whether or not to put her down or give her an amputation.
that was so hard.
Yeah, and so just by free coincidence, they happened to meet us, and I didn't know about any of this, and we started walking our dogs together every day, and then after
So
a
you've been
while,
a little while.
yeah, and so after a while, they said, we never told you this, but Bella has cancer, and we've been faced with this decision, but now that we spent so much time with your three-legged dog,
Right,
we're
we
seeing
wanted
how
to
happy that a three-legged dog could be and that they could have a good quality of life. And so they decided to amputate Bella's leg,
Yeah.
and she lived for many years happy
Yeah.
after that.
Is Piggy still alive?
Oh, yeah. Like he and Bella, they used to walk together and lean on each other, walking.
Oh, so
Yeah.
they
See
did
that
have a
movie.
sense.
Yeah.
So do you know the new dog?
Oh, yeah. And
Yeah.
Piggy does too. Piggy sniffed it right away. It's like, oh, you're related to Bella.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I love you. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Beatrice is the new one?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. And so Piggy was a homeless puppy in the Dominican Republic who got hit by a bus a month before we found him. And so me and a group of traveling veterinarians who were on...
Wait, so you were in the Dominican Republic?
yes.
So
Yeah.
you're a vet?
No, I'm a conservationist. But
What does that mean?
Well, so I travel with veterinarians, and on some veterinary campaigns, non-veterinary people can still do some veterinary help, help dogs in recovery and stuff like that. And we were actually traveling with a group called Animal Balance that does high-volume spay and neuter campaigns in the Dominican Republic.
Wow.
And we came across Piggy, who was hit by a bus a month before and was almost dead. And they did emergency surgery right there on the spot and said for him to have any long-term chance for survival, somebody had to take him back. And I was like, I'll take him.
Oh,
So,
how old? So you don't really know how old he
well,
is.
actually, he was only about 3 or 4 months old when he got hit.
Oh my
so,
gosh.
I brought
He's a
him
little
back
baby.
when he was less than 6
Good
months
for you,
old. So,
man.
I'll take him.
Wow. How old is he now?
He's over 7 years old now.
Wow.
We actually have the same birthday. We estimated, we
You have the same birthday as Piggy?
Yeah.
What's your birthday?
October 28th.
Wow.
Mine's October 26th, you're 2 days after me.
Oh, nice.
Look at that.
Cool. Thank you. We're good.
Wow. Oh.
And so
So it's
Piggy-
really 7.5.
Yeah. Well, so when we brought Piggy back, he made this miraculous recovery, and
Well, he had you.
but we also discovered that when he came back, he actually had a real life superpower. He suffered so much as
Yeah.
a puppy that he could actually detect when others were suffering.
Wow.
And so he would actually go to people, even if they weren't in eye shot, like his ears would perk up, and he would go around a corner, or in Central Park, he would be crowds of people all around. He would cut straight through,
Right to this
right to a
person.
and he would just crawl up to them and look at them, and just look at them with his eyes, and they would all do the same thing. They'd all immediately burst out crying, and they would pet him and say, "How did you know I needed that?" And
Dogs are very
Wow.
amazing.
He's a therapy
That's a
dog?
tribute to
Yeah,
their
and so
intelligence.
the
Sense.
dog walkers that we've had over the years would constantly call us and say, "Do you know what Piggy just did?" And we're like, "Yes, yes, he does that."
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
so,
so nice.
Yeah, and so he inspired us to actually start the first full-time free animal hospital in the Galapagos Islands, World Heritage Site in Ecuador.
Wow.
And so we are the first and only free animal hospital there. We're called Darwin Animal Doctors.
Wow.
And we treat all animals there year-round. We have unique permission in cooperation with the Galapagos government to help the park treat wildlife. And this is a unique thing because it's a UN World Heritage Site, and nobody, even if you're a veterinarian or local, you're not allowed to touch wildlife, even if they've been injured by human interference. So the fact that we have been given this unique opportunity to help the park is unprecedented, and we're really honored to be able to treat all the animals.
Does it happen too much?
Well, it is a place that's kind of, it was on the UN World Heritage Sites endangered list for a few years.
Wow.
And there's a lot of human development happening. And the issue was that a lot of people just didn't know what was happening. So there was, resorts being built, international airports being built, but the thing is and the people who were moving there were really nice people. It's just that nobody taught them the basic humane education that's necessary to maintain the ecosystem.
Where do you bring Piggy?
So actually, I bring him to all the Comic Cons #1 that we sell this at.
Wow! So is this the one issue?
Oh no!
Or do you
So
have, like,
we
a whole bunch?
have just recently finished the 4-issue miniseries that starts
Wow.
this. And actually, if you look at the back, you'll actually at the back of issue 1 and 2, you'll actually see they're actually pictures of our 3-legged dog.
Oh.
Yeah.
So when Piggy goes to the vet, where do you bring Piggy?
Well, right now he goes to the ASPCA, Berg Animal Hospital, for like ongoing weekly checkups for his leg.
Okay.
Yeah. He also goes to actually, like one of our Galapagos veterinarians was an ASPCA vet that has been Piggy's continual veterinarian over the years. Her name is Dr. Lorelei Wakefield. If you ever watched Animal Precinct, that show that Animal Cops on,
yes,
she was the attending veterinarian on a couple seasons of that show.
Wow! Don't get busted by her.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, the animal cops go after people who are being abusive to their animals.
Yes. And Berg Animal Hospital is the animal hospital that helps they're a low-cost option for a lot of people.
And where is it?
It's on the Upper East Side. It's on 92nd.
For low-income people. The Upper East Side. There you go.
Yeah. But a lot of the veterinarians from the ASPCA have actually come down with us and helped out
they must love that.
Yeah. And
so who pays for this?
So we're actually funded by mostly private donors, and selling the comic book, actually all the proceeds go to Darwin Animal Doctors to save.
Nice. It sounds like Doctors Without Borders for animals. Almost.
Right. Yeah. And like we wanted to make sure that we had a permanent presence there.
What did you do before this?
Well, actually, I got to the Galapagos in the first place because as a crew member with Sea Shepherd. And so we do a lot more, like we're most known for that TV show Whale Wars, where we go down to Antarctica and fight the Japanese whaling fleet.
Excuse me, actually I wanted to ask a question about that. I actually
Whale
looked at your
Wars.
website. I looked at your website and I've seen that there's a ship called the Steve Irwin that's pursuing a Chinese fishing vessel that's doing illegal fishing, and they actually did something in the Indian Ocean, so they're vowing to pursue them and catch them, and the Chinese Navy is actually giving them access to their waters.
Yeah, actually,
incredible.
it's incredible how much international cooperation has been supportive of Sea Shepherd's international efforts. Like a few years ago, now like the Antarctic operations are completely by Sea Shepherd Australia. But when the ships have gone, for instance, they chased the Japanese whaling vessel, the Nishimaru, all the way to Chilean waters. They would have let Sea Shepherd in, but they said, the Nishimaru, we are opposed to whaling, you're not allowed in here, so they kicked them out.
I got a question, when they actually pursue somebody, when they actually catch up to them, do people actually board the vessels like pirates or something like that?
That's what I was thinking.
That they stop their activities?
No, actually, we get in the way between them and the whales. We get between the whaling vessels and their supply ship to stop them from refueling, so that they can't perform operations down there, and getting the slipway of the factory vessel so that they can't transport whales. up to the factory ship, so they can't be processed.
Where are you from?
I'm a New Yorker.
So what got you into the ocean?
Well, I always grew up wanting to save whales. Like I've always watched all the
So
whale
like
specials.
when you were a
about
little
whales and
kid,
stuff.
you always.
Yeah, like
So what's the biggest whale you ever saw?
I've seen a lot of humpback whales of varying sizes. I've seen sperm whales, which they look like giant dinosaurs in the water.
So did you read Moby Dick when you were little?
Oh yeah. I mean,
Did you ever want to go inside Moby Dick? Was that like a dream for you?
Well, no, because that would have meant that Moby Dick was dead. And he was a hero to me, so.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
But didn't they go in them in the story?
Well,
That's what they mean, not in real life.
Oh, okay.
I actually tried to go on a whale watch last year. They have whale watches out in Far Rockaway. Unfortunately, the weather was such that it was just going to be too turbulent to take it out to sea, so they just had to cut the trip short. Fortunately, we got tickets which can be redeemed this year, so we're going to try again.
Good luck.
Actually, my wife went on a whale watch out in Massachusetts, out in Gloucester, and at that time when she went, it was probably about maybe 4 or 5 years ago, there was as many as 10 whales at one time, and that never happens. You know,
Well,
at this
you would
point,
know.
Yeah, well, actually, the reason why whaling happens in Antarctica during the months that it is because whales from all over the world congregate in Antarctica to feed during those months. And so there are some days where you just come out on deck in the morning and you just see whales from horizon to horizon of all different types. And it's a
that's
life-changing.
so cool.
Yeah, if you ever see a whale up close,
Yeah.
it's a life-changing experience.
Are they gentle giants?
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
they bring their calves up to the ship, and it's like humans are like it's like
Like a novelty.
Like,
Oh,
yeah,
look at the
novelty,
human!
humans,
Oh my
yeah.
God, that's so cute. So what's the website you want people to check into?
And so the
Yeah.
animal hospital that we formed is DarwinAnimalDoctors.org,
Okay.
and the comic, which is an extension of our humane education
So
program.
cute. Do these go to schools and stuff?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
And so, we actually visit schools. And,
Perfect.
actually, next to the ASPCA is the Gellin Brewer School for kids with special needs.
Lovely.
And Piggy went there and did a program with the children. And since it's right next to the ASPCA, whenever we go back for Piggy's frequent checkups, he and the children spot each other and they run towards each other now.
Oh, wow.
He just flops over on his back with the belly button.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
So wait, the website for this
Is piggytail.com.
Piggytail.
Piggytail. Piggytale.
All right. Now, on a whole other note, it is National Turkey Neck Soup Day, so there's tofurkey for our guests. Good. And but please have some. Go for it. Take some. And what we need from you is a skeleton from your closet. All you do is save the world and do good things. But I'm sure, Todd, one day in your life, you must have did something a little bit naughty. Can you share that with us?
Well, one time when it was actually the first time I went to the Galapagos, I was there for 3 months, and I was there actually during my birthday. And for my birthday, some of my friends actually got me real absinthe.
Oh, there you go. And what happened? Do you remember?
I remember some of it.
I remember some of it.
Yeah, but I was awake for maybe 48 hours after that, and people on the 36 hours saying, "How are you still awake?" And I was saying, it's really not up to me anymore at this point.
Oh, good for
Not my control.
you. Would you do it again?
Oh yes, definitely.
Oh, good for
Loves to
you.
party, too.
Good
This
for
is
you.
great.
Wow.
I like that.
So
I'll have to
that-
get that for your birthday.
Yeah, you got to go to the Galapagos. What's your next trip?
I'm not exactly sure. Our next trip is not actually to the Galapagos, because we actually help animals around the world. Our next trip, which is most likely taking place in July, is going to go to Greenland. Because a lot of people, the iconic image of the Greenland sled dogs with the mushers.
Yes.
Yeah. They have the big races that are happening right now and everything, but people don't know that those iconic sled dogs are dying off at a huge rate right now.
Yeah, they had that in National Geographic just recently.
Yeah. There's
climate change.
a lot of reasons. Yeah, climate change and financial crisis happening there is another big part of it. And so a lot of people don't know that this is happening over there. So we sent our veterinarians and board members there last year just to do campaigns and spread some humane education to see what was viable to do there. And we saw that there was a great need. We went there with the Robin Hood Foundation. And,
they're a great organization.
And so they actually...
Steal from the rich and give to the poor.
Well, it's funny because the people who live there really can kind of like lead the way about communal living, can kind of teach people how they can live with climate change, because they've adapted to that environment for many, many years, and they have a society in which men and women are exactly equal.
Right.
And many women hold positions of power.
Yeah, and they actually have to adjust to climate change.
Yeah. Well,
yes.
if you ever want a stowaway, I'd be happy to go in your stowaway land. Thank you so much for sharing Piggy's tale with us. It's
Thanks.
really important, I think, to get that message out. And would you like to push a button?
Definitely. Oh, I love pushing buttons.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, this one is.
That's my favorite one.
He loves pushing buttons, all
Oh,
right.
Tod Emko! Yay! Thank you so
Todd.
much.
Thank you guys so much.
We'll be back. We got
All right.
more.
And living legends too. Shoulda, shoulda,